welcome you to this awesomely epic part 2 of this week's 15 Seconds of Fail. I'm your host, Lisa Shell, so let's get on with the ponage. Okay, so in this second part, I am going to be roasting 4 people. I'm going to be roasting 2 that are obviously consumed, no, 3 people that are still obviously consumed with black supremacy, and 1 who is delusional in the whole Justin Bieber popularity area. But first, let's get on with the wannabe Wallace Fard Muhammads, shall we? Now, in my first part of this week's 15 Seconds of Fail, I talked about a user by the name of Gigi God who clearly has one goal, or one dream as it were, and that is to see all white people of today in chains and in fields over because of what their ancestors did to my and his ancestors 3 centuries ago. Yeah, I shit you not. If you thought that, if you think my rendition of this whole thing is bad, wait till you hear the comments that he and 2 other astards left on my Seattle cop reaction video. Hang on, let me pull those up. Now, in the comments, if you go to the comment section of this video, you'll see that there is a heated debate going on between myself, the Canadian Prairies, and I Hate Stalagmites, and it's us versus Wilson Ben, Gigi God, and Ray Brown. Okay, so I'm gonna read a couple comments from the opposing Astar team, and I'm gonna leave that up to you. Okay. Here's one from Wilson Ben. You are full of it. If you truly want to be fair and not the thief and crook your white ancestors were, then be an advocate for reparations. Yes, pay us the money for all the hard work our ancestors did back in the day. Most whites, if not all, are living off the backs of 300 years of free labor blacks did working from dawn to dusk. Yes, that accumulated old money from their ancestors. That's why this country is so rich today. It's because of blacks, and whites, and Hispanics, and Asians, and Native Americans. Mostly Native Americans because they were here first. Then, you know the story. But anyway, it's because of every last race that's in this country right now that makes it the rich melting pot that it is today. And also, for white people to pay you the money that your ancestors did, that our ancestors did 3 centuries ago, that's what we like to call asking for a handout. You know? And also, free labor. What's so free about being forced to work in the hot sun and being considered as a piece of property? That's not free labor, okay? Our ancestors did what they did because they didn't have a motherfucking choice, okay? And again, for you to say that white people should pay you for what they did 300 years ago, that's just laziness and ignorance on your part. So, yeah. Now, here's a comment from Ray Brown. There's so many comments on this page, I swear. Alright. Now this is in response to Gigi God. Ray Brown claims that I am one of the biggest toms on the net. At first, he thought I had made a mistake in the way I present. No, that's not the case. I'm proud of taking the Uncle Tom stance. I probably don't get too many compliments in my real life, so I come here to get these fake comments from racist whites. I'm so out of it, I don't even realize the monkey comment is racist against me. I'm stupid. He would never be this stupid on camera. It's pathetic to the uppermost degree. Yeah. Let me tell you something. If I had a subscriber for everyone that's called me a sellout or an Uncle Tom, I would trump Nika Higa in that department. Okay? And I must be a Tom, since I don't cry racism every time the word black is uttered in the simplest of sentences. Instead, I've got the temerity to pull up my big girl panties and move on with my life instead of taking the coward's way out like you, Ray. Yeah. How dare I try and rise up above the slave mentality and not claim that the white man is trying to keep the system down? What the fuck ever. And then this bastard has the nerve to claim that I suffer from low esteem and that I should do something worth praising instead of being an Uncle Tom and waiting to be complimented by racist whites. So what you're saying is, me speaking my mind, me exercising my right to free speech, and not bending to the slave mentality that prohibits most blacks from succeeding in life isn't worth praising? Me not becoming a statistic? Me enrolling in college? Me setting a future for myself? Trying to make a better life for myself? That's not worth praising, Ray? Get the motherfucking fuck out of here. Or better yet, tell me what you think is praiseworthy, and I may or may not consider it. And I saved the most ignorant for last. Now, I'm gonna get started on Gigi God again, but I'm looking for some comments, so yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna read you 2 comments that this ass-tard left me. Wow! I see the white devil are busy. 2 devils on my black back. I've never been a slave, this is true, but I still have to deal with the kids of the white devil that enslaved my race. And according to Gigi God, I hate stalagmites and the Canadian prairies are just as horrible as their ancestors. Beating up 17-year-old black girls, cops beating blacks, like the Rodney King beating, that is very common by those trailer trolls. It's their nature. Whites can't help themselves. Bye-bye, devils! And bye-bye to Gigi God's sanity. Because had he paid attention to the comments that Stag and the Canadian prairies left me, he would realize that they are not racist. I hate stalagmites isn't even white, for fuck's sake. You know? And also, you can't even spell black right, so how the fuck are we supposed to take you seriously, huh? Here's a second comment from Gigi God. Okay. So many comments, so much ignorance. How can I resist? Wait. Well, you white people have always been devilish to blacks, like that devil cop, that sucker punch a 17-year-old kid, which I'm sure your pale devilish white ass will agree with. Well, Mr. Devil, I am watching a TV program right now as we speak. It's called Too Young to Kill. It's stories about 20 kids who shoot up school and kill their parents. Funny, the most tragic crimes are committed by white devils and their kids. None are black. You know what? I'm just about done. I'm running out of time, so go check the comments out. I'm Lisa Shell, and I'll see you.